Good morning. This is not how I thought I would be making my first speech as the ROA's new president, but we are currently living in a world which requires us to adapt to new realities. So I thank you for making the effort to be with us virtually for this AGM. The way in which owners have supported their horses and trainers during the lockdown and then have adapted during this crisis has been phenomenal. In truly testing times, owners have given unprecedented support to racing, and this should never be forgotten. I'm extremely proud to be taking on the presidency of the ROA at a time when, more than ever, we need to represent you and work with others to deliver the future of this sport. This crisis presents us with opportunities for real change and to drive forward our organisation and our sport with an effective long-term vision. But before we look forward, allow me to take a moment in retrospect to thank our outgoing president, Nick Cooper. In his tenure, Nick oversaw some real progress, notably on welfare, as well as steering the organisation through a period of growth and increasing strength. His contribution is greatly valued, and I thank him for his dedication to both the ROA and racing at large. Also leaving the board after periods of extended and dedicated service are Sally Bethel and Paul Duffy, and our thanks and best wishes go to both of them. During the year under the review, we have seen the ROA continue to strengthen. Charlie Liverton has led the organisation in a forward-looking direction, delivering modernisation, collaborating across racing, and tackling head-on major issues that affect the interests of owners. All initiatives that position us well for the future. The ROA has been a transformational moment. By engaging with our members and other industry stakeholders, the ROA has developed into an organisation that properly understands and represents all owners. On the major issues, we have fought strongly, and continue to do so, to ensure owners are appropriately rewarded for their commitment to this sport. And we have held racecourses to account as we seek a fairer set of commercial agreements around the key issue of prize money. We have also made significant commitments to equine welfare and have been instrumental in the delivery of the Horse Welfare Board's report, and during the crisis, the creation of the Racing Relief Fund. In addition, the ROA have contributed to the industry's Brexit strategies and continue to do so. As we have worked tirelessly to create and enhance the race day experience through the ROA Gold Standard. The organisation has become physically closer to its members in its move outside London, with the result that the ROA will become even more open, collaborative and representative. These achievements were an important part of our long-term strategy, but in the current pandemic are vital to ensuring the future of racing. COVID presented us with an existential challenge, a crisis that took the sport we love to the very edge. But the industry as a whole, with the ROA embedded in every single work stream, has ensured the sport's return ahead of all other major sports. The next step is to get crowds back, and the pilot schemes in the next few weeks are an encouraging sign. The ROA has continued to deliver throughout the crisis with dedication and hard work, putting owners at the forefront of the recovery. It is imperative that the ROA never fails to champion the incredible support of owners through this period, and as we look to secure the long-term future of racing. COVID has brought great challenges for everybody working in racing, and now more than ever, the ROA is making sure it represents you and works with others to protect the future of our sport. In the past year, the ROA has secured the right foundations and built the right relationships to create a platform from which it can continue to deliver for owners and for racing. The economic challenges that we now face mean that the work is only just beginning. We must now look to the future of our sport with fresh thinking and creativity, challenge assumptions and models no longer fit for purpose, and address the fundamental issues of our industry. Racing requires significant modernisation if it is to survive and thrive in the future. The current crisis presents the opportunity to deliver that modernisation, and I am proud to say that the ROA has been leading the work on a vision for racing's future. Alongside its day-to-day work, the ROA will be underpinning its representation of owners by pursuing a clear set of long-term goals aimed at supporting ownership in racing, encouraging growth in the sport, and ensuring a sustainable and healthy long-term future. We must address the imbalances and inequalities in the sport. Racing can no longer hide from the future. It must embrace a progressive and fair approach, one which represents and protects its participants. To achieve this, the ROA and the Horsemen are determined to work with the racecourses and other stakeholders to grow the engagement in the sport, to help explore and exploit new revenue streams, to increase the size and scope of the industry for the benefit of all. We have had to learn to adapt in these challenging times. Change that was perhaps inevitable has quickened and arrived at our doorstep earlier than anticipated. We can ignore it and face decline, or we can grasp it and create a better future for racing. That is a future that can inspire next generations into ownership and participation, into stable yards, into riding, into welfare, into our community, and into the world of racing. In the coming months, we will be rolling out our vision and goals. We encourage debate and want to hear your responses. By working together, we can deliver a better future. I look forward to collaborating with you to support the future of the sport that we all love. Thank you.